Grand Theft Auto is a promise. It promises fast cars, loud guns, bigger explosions. It promises a sandbox of pure, unadulterated chaos where you are the master of mayhem. For decades, that promise has been enough. We've gleefully caused 10-car pileups on Los Santos freeways, outrun the cops on the neon-drenched streets of Vice City. But what if that's not enough anymore? Red Dead Redemption 2 wasn't just a game about outlaws, it was a game about people. Arthur Morgan was its anchor. We didn't just play as him, we lived with him. We felt the weariness in his bones after a long ride. We felt the chill of the mountain air. We saw the world through his eyes, beautiful and brutal. The game's secret weapon wasn't its stunning graphics. It wasn't its massive map, it was its patience. To connect with Arthur on a deeply human level, his journey from hardened enforcer to a man facing mortality was the beating heart. So, what does a Vice City with a heart look like? It's still the sun-soaked neon-lit paradise of excess we remember. Fast cars, loud music, the satirical commentary on consumer culture, celebrity worship social media. But underneath all that noise, there's a pulse. The city feels alive. Choices create ripples you can see and feel. It's a playground, but one with consequences, balance, explosive multi-stage heist, then a quiet moment revealing character. For GTA 6 to truly resonate, its protagonists need to grow. A character arc is simply a journey of change. In Red Dead 2, Arthur Morgan starts as a loyal enforcer who believes in his leader, Dutch. By the end, he is a man who sees the world, and himself, with painful clarity. This change didn't happen in a few big cutscenes. It happened gradually, through hundreds of small interactions, journal entries, choices the player made. He changed because the world forced him to, and we got to witness every step of that painful transformation. Let's say our protagonists are Lucia and Jason. At the start, they might be driven purely by ambition and a desire for wealth. A truly next-generation open world isn't just about size, graphical fidelity, it's about memory. A city that remembers what you did is a city that feels alive. Red Dead Redemption 2 was a masterclass in this. Antagonize a shopkeeper, he remembers you for weeks. Help a stranger on the road. You might meet them again in a distant town, thanking you. You weren't just causing chaos in a static environment. You were an inhabitant, leaving a mark on a living, breathing world. Boarded up windows. A makeshift memorial on the sidewalk. A heavier police presence. The local radio news discusses the gang violence you caused. Emotional depth isn't just built. It's built in the small interactive details. Red Dead 2 was filled with these. The simple act of greeting a stranger on a path patting your horse. For example, consider the safe house. In past GTA games, it's been little more than a place to save your game. What if it was a living space? You could see your crew members there, hanging out watching TV, planning the next job. You could interact with objects that hold personal significance. A memento from a past heist. A photo of a lost friend. These interactions would be brief and optional, but they would add layers of personality. The safe house could evolve over time, reflecting your success or your failures. The biggest fear is that adding emotional depth will kill the fun. A vocal segment of the GTA fanbase craves mindless destruction, the freedom to do anything without heavy consequences. They don't want to be forced into a slow-paced, emotional story. Think of it as 2 lanes on a highway. One lane, the fast lane. Pure, unadulterated GTA chaos. Chainsmoke missions, ignore your partner's calls, treat Vice City like a demolition derby. The game still delivers a complete, thrilling experience. Big, set pieces. The other lane. The scenic route. Optional depth lives here. Engage as much or as little as you want. Have that conversation in the car. Visit a crew member's family. Don't punish fast lane players. Reward scenic detours. Imagining how this works in practice is the best way to understand its power. It's midway through the game. You and your partner Lucia have just pulled off a messy jewelry store heist. You're hiding out in a grimy motel room, sirens wailing in the distance. The cash is on the bed. Lucia sits on the edge of the bed, head in her hands. You have a choice, leave or walk over. If you walk over, a short, optional scene begins. She confesses the guard reminded her of her father. You respond with a joke. You respond with reassurance. You respond with cold indifference. Your choice doesn't change the mission, but it changes the relationship. Now picture another scene. World reactivity. You blew up a rival gang's drug lab in the Vice City port. A week later you drive through the area. In the end, This isn't about fixing something that's broken. Grand Theft Auto is one of the most successful and beloved franchises in history for a reason. It's about building upon that legendary foundation, to create something that feels new and necessary for our time. It's about recognizing that players today who grew up with these games are ready for a new layer of sophistication. We still want the satire, the freedom, the mayhem. But many of us also want a story that challenges us. Red Dead Redemption 2 wasn't a secret formula, it was a proof of concept. The lesson for GTA 6 is not to copy RDR2's pacing or its themes, but to embrace its core philosophy, make the world feel alive, and make the characters feel human.